Hello.
Hi, what is
Hi.
your name?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you so much.
No problem. My name is Beck and I'm from Australia and I live in Thailand.
Great, great. Wow. My name is Pooja. I'm from India and I
Mhm.
live in Delhi.
Ah, okay. Wow, it's quite a big city.
Yeah,
Yeah, can you just say your name again for me, please?
yeah, it's Pooja. Pooja.
Pooja. Okay, great. I wasn't sure on the first letter. Poo with a P.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Ah, and why are you learning English?
Uh, Actually, I wanted to work on my accent part. I'm fine with the speaking. The flow is quite okay, but I wanted to learn more on accent part and pronunciation, you can say. Uh, that's what I am here. So, what you do other than the Camly? You do
Um,
something other than
mhm.
the Camly? Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I have two jobs. I
Mm-hmm.
also work for a foundation. So
Mm-hmm.
that's like a charity
Mm-hmm.
in Thailand. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
the office manager there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But you are from Australia, though
Yeah.
you live in Thailand. Okay.
Yes, that's
So
right.
you visited Thailand for what purpose? For what reason?
I've actually been here 22 years now. But I first came when I was a nurse and I came to do some medical clinics in really poor areas in the mountains where they couldn't get to a hospital. Um, and I did that for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I met my husband, who
Mm-hmm.
is Thai.
Mm.
He would translate for me sometimes.
Ah,
And
okay.
so I ended up marrying him and I stayed in Thailand. Yeah.
Oh wow, great, great. So you had come here for the noble cause that is helping out people who couldn't reach to the hospital, who couldn't
Yeah.
reach to. Hmm. All right. Great, great. So what about your family? I mean, your brother, sister, mom, dad, they are in Australia?
Actually, my mum and dad live in Thailand too.
Ah,
But right now my mum is stuck in Australia. She's been stuck now for 5 months.
because of
But mhm. Yeah. But she just got approval from Australia and Thailand to be allowed to leave Australia and come back. So
wow.
now we're just waiting for a plane to be available. So maybe I think next month she might make it back. Yeah.
All right. That's great, great.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what is your hobby, your passion, and have you been India ever?
I've not been to India.
Hmm.
My grandfather was born in India.
Hmm.
My grandmother grew up in India. But they are mixed. Um, and they moved to Australia after they married. So
Mm-hmm.
I would love to visit India, but I've not had the chance yet.
All right, all right.
But I
Because
grew up,
from Thailand, India is not very far,
it's
and
not far.
a lot of travels are happening from India, from Delhi to Thailand.
Yeah.
Huge number of people are traveling every year.
It's just because I don't know why, but the plane ticket is really expensive. My dad
Yes.
has gone back to India a few times. He wasn't born there, his older brother was, but my dad
Mhm.
has traveled back a few times to
Uh-huh. All
go with his mom, or when my grandfather died, he went to take his ashes back to India. Yeah.
right.
Hobbies, let's see. I I love reading. I will
Mhm.
read any chance I can. I love spending time with my family. And if we can, we love going hiking together.
Uh-oh.
'Cause there's some great mountains in my city. So we enjoy hiking. When I was younger, I loved rock climbing, but I don't,
Oh,
there's not much chance to do that here, and I'm not so strong anymore. Maybe not so fit either.
so you
Yeah.
are still in your profession, that is nursing, or you just moved on to teaching?
I actually can't be a nurse in Thailand in a hospital here. Um, so that was why I changed my job. Um, and I'm I'm happy to be an office manager, but in Thailand, you are not allowed to receive a lot of money if you are not a Thai person. So
Hmm.
I can receive a little bit of money to help with food and travel, but not be paid the same as a Thai person to work.
Oh,
So
okay.
um,
Is it a
I,
problem that you don't know the language, or the other problem is the preference that they give the preference to the Thai people?
they give the preference to Thai people because I'm actually fluent in Thai language.
Okay.
Yeah, I've even worked with the government on some projects, but that's not the point.
Not the point. Okay.
Yeah, it's
I get that. Mm.
yeah. So
Okay.
I my brother actually was a teacher on Cambly last year, and he suggested that I join because he thought I would enjoy it. And actually, it's true. I love meeting all these new people. Yeah.
Yeah, it is fun talking different cultures and talking to
Yeah.
different natives and
Uh-huh.
exploring their knowledge, exploring their own culture and
Yeah.
languages and everything.
Yeah.
That's right, right, right.
It's kind
So
of
do
like
you, hmm,
traveling when you can't travel.
you can say virtual trips,
My kids?
virtual to say. You are
Virtual
saying
trips,
virtual trips.
exactly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and
So do you often still travel to Australia by some reason, or you are fixed to this Thailand because of your husband?
so my husband doesn't love to travel. He says like if you want to go to Australia, you can go. So I could go without him and maybe take our daughters, but because the money we have is like not so great. We're living like a
Mhm.
normal Thai family. So we have to save a long time to buy
Mhm.
a ticket for Australia.
That way.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
I probably go, last time I went 4 years ago.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. What does your husband do?
He also works for the foundation. He
Uh-huh.
he organizes visas and work permits for
Uh-huh.
NGO people um, who are interested in doing work to help Thai people. So, yeah, under the
Okay,
charity.
okay.
Yeah.
So, what are the good places in Thailand to visit? Have you
Oh.
visited the whole Thailand?
Well, there's some places I would say don't go there. So,
Uh,
um, I live in Chiang Mai City, and
mm,
it's a really nice city. I can type it for you.
yeah.
Um, it it's in the mountainous area, so it's a little bit cooler than the south. It's right at the top. Um,
Uh-huh.
it has the elephants and the jungle, and it's a big city still. It's a relaxed feel, so
Mhm.
not really busy or crazy. So
Mhm.
that's really nice if you don't mind the mountains. If
Mhm.
you like the beaches, I would
Mhm.
suggest going quite far down to one of the islands towards the bottom of Thailand.
Mhm.
Those are beautiful. Uh,
Which are those places?
sorry?
You can type. Which are those places you can type here?
Okay. So, let's see. I would say this place would be really nice. It doesn't have lots of tourists, and it sometimes some of the European men can be a little bit not not so nice, maybe don't wear enough clothing. I like to go to the places where Thai families swim. They wear full clothes and
Mhm.
it's not yucky. So um, I would also say, let's see, I like this place. Chan Chi. I've got to remember how to spell it. This was a nice place. Um,
Canterbury.
oh,
Okay.
you split it up so
Canterbury.
well. Yeah.
Canterbury.
And so
Great.
there's some nice islands and things, yeah, down the
Mhm.
bottom. If you
So your daughter, your kids, they are grown-up kids. I mean, your daughter. You said you have daughter.
I've got three daughters. Yeah,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
yeah, and they're bilingual, so they speak both languages fluently.
Ah, all right. Wow. Great, great, great.
It still took a lot of work though.
Mhm.
They, especially my oldest daughter, she actually stopped speaking English for a few years. She
Uh-huh.
decided
Okay.
she did not want to be Western. She was going to be only Thai, like her school friends. So she
Oh,
stopped speaking, and it took a few years to convince her that it was okay to speak English as well. Um,
yeah. It was.
so it just took her a few more years to get her English speaking up back to
Mm-hmm.
what it was before. It took a lot of
Mm-hmm.
work for her. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and my middle daughter didn't want
Mm-hmm.
to speak Thai. We had the opposite problems. So we sent her to an international school because she would not write in Thai language. So we had to get her extra classes in Thai. So finally, they're all teenagers and now they're finally great at both languages. But
Oh,
it
wow.
wasn't
Great,
just
great.
so easy in the beginning.
Knowing other language, knowing two language is always great and always beneficial.
Yes, yes.
Great,
So I
great,
just kept
great.
it up. We kept speaking to them because we knew one day they would change their mind and be so happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Questions? Great questions. I love that you led the conversation.